Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're actually going to be trying a tier list here. We have tons of horror franchise games or horror games, some survival horror. It's like a little bit of mix of everything. And we're hoping to kind of, you know, make our own tier list here. And then I think we're going to be reviewing some movies. But yo, Quint. So there is a lot here. I don't know if you have
There
the
is a
stream up.
lot.
There is a lot.
I have the stream up and it's daunting. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what you think. Like, where do you want to start? Because this is literally
Oh
the hardest
man.
part. Do you want to start with the worst or the best or like let's say like haunting grounds, for example?
Just like let's just like pick some and see where it takes us, right?
Yeah.
Like because
Oh,
we're gonna make the tier list, right? We can't just start with, the best or start with the worst. Just pick one and be like, hey, that one's kinda,
yeah. What do you think of Bloodborne?
Bloodborne?
Yeah.
S tier, I think it's a godly game. Bloodborne is just dripping with atmosphere. The enemies are terrifying. Like the game is amazing.
I think
I
I think
could I could gush about Bloodborne forever, honestly.
I think Bloodborne is a great pick for S tier.
For
Um
sure, yeah.
I don't
It
know if you
definitely belongs.
would you actually consider the Dark Souls games in S tier as well?
Um, honestly, probably, yeah. At the very least I would consider Bloodborne and Dark Souls like 3 in the S tier. Dark Souls like 1 and 2 are probably in like a solid A tier, right?
Yeah.
Still, like they're still really good games, but they haven't aged exceptionally well, and they definitely have their clunk, especially Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls
Yeah,
2 is a odd one.
for sure. I honestly I haven't played Dark Souls 2. I know it's usually like kind of considered like the weakest of the group.
Yeah,
Um
but it's in a group of really, really good games, and so it's like it's not a bad game, right? It's still like a really good game. It's just not as good as Dark Souls, right? It's in that kind of category.
right.
So the
Um
fandom like shits on it kind of unfairly because it's still extremely good in its own right.
so let's actually try to we'll go ahead and we'll look
Try
for
to
Dark
pick through.
Souls. Yeah, if I can find
Okay.
it because
I mean, Demon Souls might be on the list too at this point.
right. Let's see. Deadly Premonition should have been up here, right? Dark Days. I
I don't
don't
know. It's
know if
kind of
it's
hard.
even on the
It's kind of
list
hard to
here.
see.
This
I mean, it
Condemned.
might not be. We could just, we could just go through the list and just keep going. Whatever.
How
We
about
don't
Dead
have to
Space?
seek and find one. Dead Space.
Yeah.
I think Dead Space is probably. I'm torn between A and B.
A and B.
Yeah, I'm torn between A and B.
I really okay, so the thing is like I haven't played all three of them. I
Oh, you haven't.
I have
Okay,
only played the first played
that's
and beat the
that's
first
fair.
one. I would
I mean, the
say
first
that
one's probably the best one. The first one's really good.
really
Yeah,
um
probably A tier.
you'd say A tier.
I'd say A tier, because Dead Space has like the atmospheric nailed down. Like you're afraid of every body, like every sound.
Yeah. I literally just like tried to roll up with the game and I dropped it and now it's somewhere. Now it's somewhere in here. Okay, I found it.
No, it's
I
gone.
found Dead Space 2. And I can
Oh,
scroll. I could oh, here we go. Ah,
oh
ah.
no. Oh shit.
Okay, hold on.
How long is this list?
It's pretty big. How about Fear?
So, the original?
Yes. Well, I think it just says Fear on the top. It doesn't say Fear 2 or anything like that.
Hmm. mean, I'd put Fear as a whole in like B. I
B.
feel. I think B. I think B. What do you think?
A lot of people say it's really, really good. I have yet to play Fear, but
Yeah, but
I
this
think
this this seems like it's counting for all the fears, and so I kind of feel like it belongs. Cause fear is one of those odd ones where like it started off super strong,
right.
and then the second one was okay, and then the third one was also good.
Hmm.
So like, where do you really like put it, right? Do you like lambast it for things that the other ones did, or do you just like move it up because fear, you know?
I mean, I'm gonna say leave it in the B tier. I'm almost like thinking it should be in an A.
Yeah,
But
I I could I could see it in A.
I'd say like at least the first one should be an A. Because
Yeah.
it was sort of like the third. Was it sixth generation? Was PS3, Xbox 360 that was considered like
Oh
that?
my god, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like at least kind of like the newer gen of what I think of what horror game. I remember
Yeah,
I remember thinking that that was the case. Um, let's see, A Pet Shop After Dark. I've never even heard of this game. Have you?
I don't. No, nope. Got nothing.
All right, haven't played. A Plague's Tale.
Horror game?
It says it's a horror game.
I mean, A Plague Tale is really good. I would say it's probably an A, but I don't know if it's like a horror game, right?
Why don't
Like,
we make another? Do you want to make another thing that says not horror?
sure, why
Add row
not?
below. We'll just say that.
Because I didn't feel like A Plague Tale was horror.
Is it
It
just more of
was.
like a just a sad story
It's
or
it's kind of like a narrative, like sad. It's got some like kind of spooky moments, right? But it's not. I don't think it's really horror.
right? Okay. Sure. I don't even know what this is.
What's it say?
It's a rose something. I don't know if there's like
Rose
a way
something.
to actually like
I got
zoom
nothing
in.
for that one.
Yeah, let's just say I haven't played.
I haven't played it.
What is this game?
Yeah, it's really hard to see
Adam
like.
Adam Adam
Let's
Wolf.
see. Can I full screen this? Oh, that kind of helped.
It says Adam Wolf, the name of the game.
Adam Wolf? I don't think I've played Adam Wolf.
All
Doesn't
right.
sound like anything I've played.
Haven't played. Investigator.
I haven't played Investigator.
Same. Shadow Side.
I haven't played Shadowside.
Cold Side.
I assume that's a sequel to Shadowside, and I haven't played it.
Okay, all right. Um Uninvited Quest.
I don't know, dude.
All right,
Dude,
okay.
there's
How
this
about
is
the
every
Alan?
horror game
It's a
ever
lot
made.
of them. Yeah, why don't we just go through what we
Okay,
know? How about BioShock?
Alan Alan Wake.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
Alan Wake's fine.
My
Alan Wake's fine.
I'd put Alan Wake in best. I love Alan Wake. I think Alan Wake is a phenomenal game. The unique mechanic with like the light is it's so good. I can't wait for more Alan Wake.
Well, it says
Give me more.
there's a few ones here. There's like Alan Wake The Signal, there's Alan Wake uh
That's the remaster.
oh, these are just remasters. What
It
about
literally says at the bottom remastered under the Alan Wake.
yeah, it says remaster. Have you played the remaster?
I haven't played the remaster yet, no.
And then there's The
Is it
Signal.
out? Did it
I
actually come out?
That's something we could check.
I mean, I imagine it's still just more good ass Alan Wake, you know? Like, but anyway,
So we
every
had hmm?
I haven't played the Signal.
Signal. Okay, so we'll just say haven't played. How about Control?
Control,
Uh, I have not played Control, but I hear good things, and it looks like it's really
so Control starts out really strong and then just peters off into nothing and more of like ooh, this is a tech demo basically. Look how cool this technology is kind of thing. And so I
okay.
feel like it's probably like a B or a C.
I'm gonna say like B. I'm throwing it in a B tier because
Probably B.
it looked like it was really fun. Um,
It is really fun. It's just it falls apart. That's just how it be.
So there's Agonize, which I don't think either of us have played. Let's see, something that pops up. Alice, the Alice and
Alice.
Like the Devil May Cry clones.
I don't know if the Alice games are necessarily horror. They have horror like elements for sure, right?
Right. So you
I
want
don't
to
know.
say
They're
like,
really good games. They're fun
well,
games.
they're like character action with horror elements,
Yeah, yeah, they are. But they're you never feel I never felt like scared, I guess, during those games.
right? So why don't we just say you want to throw them in
Like
not
there's some
horror
like
then?
graphic imagery, really, but graphic imagery a horror just does not make for me, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I found Dead Space again. So want to put
Hey,
that?
Dead Space.
You want to put that
Hell yeah, let's
in?
go Dead Space.
Let's put that in A tier because I liked
Sure.
it, but I didn't think it was like fantastic.
I don't think it was amazing, but it was good, honestly. It was just good.
Have you played any of the Alien games? There's Alien Isolation,
I have
or
played Alien Isolation. That
I
game is
I think
amazing.
I think there's like Colonial Marines too. So I mean,
Oh yikes, that one's awful.
Alien Alien Isolation actually did look really good. I kind of want to
I would
put
put
it,
it in S.
yeah, I kind of want to put it in S
I
tier.
would. Yeah,
Um,
it's probably one of my favorite horror games actually.
because
Like Alien Isolation.
just watching it,
It's crazy.
it looked like it was really fun, and it is actually terrifying running from the aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no. You just be vibing and then you just get murdered.
it does
It's
remind
awful.
me a lot
It's
of the
fun.
Evil Within, actually. Like gameplay wise,
Yeah,
uh, with
that's fair.
more sort of like stealth types of things.
Yeah, it's definitely more stealth based than Evil Within. Like you
Yeah,
basically don't have any defenses in isolation.
Colonial Marines, we could put that in F.
F,
I,
F,
I can just
easy F. Like, the Alien versus Predator, F.
Alien. Is this game really that bad? Isn't that like a PS2 title?
It's fucking garbage.
There's like the
Aliens.
so the
Oh no.
downside to this is like a lot of this stuff I actually can't see. There's like alien something aliens.
That's
It's
just
aliens.
aliens.
Oh yeah, I think I saw this game. It was like poop.
That's a shitty game too.
Yeah. There's the alien cub. I've never heard of. I don't
Cube.
Cube. Have you played that
Haven't
game?
played it.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Not horror. Haven't
Talking just great.
played. There's AWE. Sounds like we haven't
I don't
played
know.
this. The American Nightmare. I don't know.
I've
Succubus.
seen it, but I've never played it.
Does it look
Never
fun?
played it.
No.
American Nightmare?
Yeah.
It looked okay.
Oh, Succubus is like definitely an F. The writer. Oh, is this Alan Wake? This is an Alan Wake game. The writer.
Yeah, it looks like Alan Wake.
Um.
I haven't played that one.
Put
Oh,
that
you
in.
just put it in F tier? Brutal, dude.
Uh. I don't think we played that. Foundation. Control Foundation. I guess we should just stick it next to Control. Land of Pain.
Haven't
Oh,
played
good.
that.
Have you played any of the Alone in the Dark titles?
So I played the first one, but that was it. And I didn't even finish the first one.
Okay. Wait,
So
there's
I'll default to you on these for sure.
I mean, like, why don't we just put the first one in a category, or we could rank that one? I mean, depending on what you say.
Okay, I mean, well, I dropped it. I thought it was like a
It sounds like you. Yeah, let's put that in F tier.
yeah, I don't. It wasn't good to me.
There's a lot. There's Amnesia. I've
Amnesia.
never
Oh
actually played
gosh.
these games before.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
They're just more like survival, runaway kind of stuff. Generally, you rarely like see the monster, so it creates a really psychological impact more than anything. I'd say Amnesia games are probably B tier.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you're putting it up there with Control.
Yeah, no, Amnesia is good games.
All right. So
Well, maybe not the third one. Third one could probably be like moved to C or D.
I'm assuming that's the third one. I
Yeah,
cannot.
that was the third. That was the third one.
That's fine. Okay, so you got BioShock. Okay, so this is
BioShock. BioShock 1. That's a god tier game. That's a fucking great game.
yeah. I think that should go in A. What do you think?
For sure. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's
A.
like that with like Dead Space and Fear for sure.
Oh yeah. No doubt.
BioShock 2. Is BioShock 2 is like a little worse than 1, right?
I'd say it's a fair bit worse than 1. I wouldn't put it in D tier though. I'd probably put it in C. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of BioShock 2, as you could tell, of course.
And BioShock 3 isn't even in here because it's not actually a horror title.
Nah, yeah, not even close.
Um let's see. There's Layers of Fear. I don't know if you've ever I mean I've heard of that game. Actually, there's Back for Blood.
Ugh, F.
F.
I hated that game. I hated that
It
game.
looked
That
like it
game was
had some
like
potential.
it was a mockery of Left 4 Dead, and it made me angry.
There's Baroque. I think it's Baroque, right?
I haven't played it. I don't know.
I mean, I've seen the game before, but I haven't actually touched it. Black Mirror, the Blair Witch games,
Didn't know
Blasphemous.
there was Blair Witch games.
Yeah, I didn't know they were either. I mean,
Blasphemous. How's that a
yeah,
horror game? Wait, get that. That's not horror.
not
Get out of
horror.
here.
Okay. There is Layers of Fear. I don't know if you ever tried those. Medium,
I
Blood
tried Layers
Rain.
of Fear. Layers of Fear was okay.
It's just okay. The first one you
It's
tried,
just okay. Yeah, it's just okay.
put
Probably like
that in like a C.
C or D. Probably D actually. I don't know.
All right, D it
It's a tough
is.
call. People might
Uh,
hate me for that one, but it's fine.
Blood Rain.
Blood
Blood.
Rain.
I know it's like character action, but it's like it doesn't. It's like character action with horror elements, almost like in the same way that Alice is. Did you ever play the Blood Rain games?
Yeah, I played them. I wouldn't say they're necessarily horror, but they're jank.
Yeah.
They're definitely jank.
For some reason, you're actually like froze on your side. Yeah, it's okay.
What?
There we go. There we go. Kind of, we fixed you. Got it. All right. Please stop. Uh, so let's see. We got Bigfoot. These games are kind of mid. Not gonna lie. I think the Blood Rain games are.
God, yeah, I don't like them. I thought the first one wasn't great, and I thought the second one was worse. I don't know. I don't, Blood Rain to me is just like, ooh, I am sexy vampire lady trying to be Devil May Cry, but failing.
It
Mm.
it just always seemed like a really cheap excuse of a action game. They
Yeah,
always seem like
it's
really cheaply made, but for some
yeah,
reason people
for
like them
sure.
enough to actually
I don't know. I
have
don't get it.
sequels.
I don't understand the appeal.
Think
I feel like you put them a little high, even. Like, oh man.
so? I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I would
think
say
so.
I'd say that they're playable. I don't think that they're unplayable. I'll say that.
I mean, F tier is unplayable, right?
Yeah, I would say F tier is pretty much unplayable. I mean, and E is just like it's borderline horrible.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wouldn't you say Blood Rain 1 probably falls into borderline horrible?
Unplayable? I don't think so. No, I
The
don't think
game
so.
barely functions.
But you got to think that like I have to look at it from someone else's point of view of saying like, well, I don't have to, but just me thinking, okay, so it's not my cup of tea. I don't like it, but people I know love these games. So I don't know. That's why I'm
That's
putting them
fair.
in D.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's just
Yeah.
not our cup of tea.
Yeah.
There's
It is our
Boomin.
tier list though.
That's true. Layers of Fear 2, we haven't played that.
Never played
Observer.
that.
Um, Boomin.
Boomin. Nope.
Buddy
Nope.
Simulator 1984.
Played that. Have never played the Buffy game, and I never plan to.
Are you not a Buffy fan?
I like Buffy. It's just, I
Just
mean,
wasn't feeling it.
how awful would the game be, right? Like Buffy was already kind of like a low budget show.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the shit show that the game is.
Call of Cthulhu.
All of Cthulhu. So those games are interesting. They're more of like a puzzle horror game.
Hmm.
I'd say those are probably both like solid C tiers.
I was gonna put them in B, but
You
uh,
think so?
they're they're in retrospect they're kind of jank. You know,
Yeah, they're pretty jank.
they're pretty jank ass games.
And the puzzles aren't like exceedingly hard. I don't know. I never felt like there was a lot to them. Also, there's not a lot of Cthulhu in the Call of Cthulhu games. Isn't that weird?
Well, it's because it's sort of like it's because it's like following the Edgar Allan Poe thing where it's like you don't actually see the creature until
Yeah.
later, and it's like everyone's going mad because they don't know what's going. You know what I mean? That type of thing. Dead
Yeah,
Space
no, I
2.
know.
Dead Space 2. What do you think? You think Dead
Dead
Space
Space
2?
2. Um, it's probably still A.
I have yet to play it, and I'm looking forward to playing it after The Evil Within 2.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. That's
uh,
your plan?
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah. Because I played the first one, and it was, Evil Within 1, I think, is a good game, but it has some problems for sure.
The
Carrier,
slog.
yeah, Carrier.
Carrier. Have not played Carrier. Looks like
I'm,
some kind of vampire game.
I'm gonna put that in E tier,
Oh,
where
you've played it, huh?
it's so laughably bad that it's
Oh
like it's
no.
enjoyable for how bad it is.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's
So
a vampire game, but it's actually pretty
yeah,
creative for for its era of a Dreamcast game.
it definitely looks like a vampire game.
Um,
Carrion. Oh,
Carrion,
what
yeah.
the fuck? Carrion? That's not really a horror game.
See, which one is
In
it?
Carrion, you play as the monster. It's right between The Calling and
Oh, okay. So
Protocol.
you don't think it's horror? I mean, it could be horror still.
I don't think it's really horror. I mean, you play as the monster though, like you're killing things.
There's like Jimu.
Huh. Oh my god, I haven't played any of these Japanese ones.
There's a lot of Japanese games that I haven't touched. There's a whole lot of like, yeah,
Nope, no, haven't
Ghost
played any of
Train.
that.
Yeah, these look
Legend of
like a collective
Shirato.
series. Clock
Clock
Tower.
Tower 3. Oh,
It's Clock
yeah, that's
Tower
Clock
1,
Tower
2, and
3.
3.
Gross. Yeah, I know. I was looking for 3. I was looking to hate it. Clock Tower I think is pretty great. Probably like a B tier.
I think that's fair. Some people are like love those damn games.
Yeah. Clock
Um,
Tower 3.
Clock Tower 3 can stay here in like E because
Yeah,
it's so
it
laughably
can
bad.
wallow. It can wallow.
Yeah, it
I'd
can
say I'd say 2 is probably like C.
see.
Yeah, I feel like it's a franchise that just kind of falls off and gets worse and worse, which is really unfortunate because Clock Tower is a super cool concept.
It's just like a step down. Hunting Grounds. Did you ever play this game?
I think I did at some point, and I remember it being not great.
It's like it's how do I put it? It's a rap. Like it has like rap sort of overtones, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Rap and so basically it makes it a step down, but also the girl is like very sexualized and defenseless. So I
Yeah.
mean
Okay.
for
Yeah. That is the one I'm thinking of. All right. Yeah.
yeah, and
That's an F.
there's a lot of there's a lot of implied stuff, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also kind of
Mm-hmm.
crazy because it for the time it's a well done game. And the
It
graphics look
just
really
hasn't
nice.
aged well.
It has not aged well at all. I would almost put it next to Clock Tower 3, but let's stick this in F for sure. Um, let's see.
Clock Tower 3 at
Erica,
least has enjoyable elements.
have you ever played Cold Fear?
I have not played Cold Fear.
It's actually, believe it or not, one of the PS2 games I've been looking at for a little
Mm-hmm.
while, and I've always
I've
wanted to
seen
try
it
it.
before. I've never played it. I never felt like, oh, I gotta play this, that kind of thing. Just like, eh.
Right. Um,
We Happy Few.
we
That's not
have
a horror game.
not horror.
No,
Would
not
it?
horror.
Well, are you a psychopath, a killer, or something like that?
Sort of. You're just like in this town, and the whole town takes like these happy drugs,
Eh,
and it's very like Bioshock esque,
right.
but it has less like, I guess, horror elements to it. Unless you like count like, oh man, these people could kill me as like horror.
I mean, I don't,
Like there's a
but
couple jump scares, but whatever, you know.
I think we're frozen on the talk side of things. Uh,
Again?
yeah, I think so.
Oh,
But
everything's broken too. Your
you,
overblade broke.
the overlay
I've
broke.
I've gone I've gone down into the ground.
Oh, okay. Hold on,
SOS.
let me fix this a little bit then. Up a little bit.
I don't know what happened. It was
It's
fine.
because I
Or
had
it
to
wasn't.
move. So I have to move um the Discord overlay that we're using for the pictures. I have to move that so we can kind of so that you don't keep freezing
Oh.
because you're
Why do I
actually
keep freezing?
because your cam's being pulled from
Oh.
from the Discord overlay. I mean, how else am I
Okay.
supposed to capture you?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Um, prop this up. Boom. And then yeah, here we go. We should be okay for a little while.
Okay.
God forbid something else happens, but
Well, it
it'd be like that,
happens. So, where were we?
right? Um,
Uh,
all right.
God,
So
there's so
I
many
did
games I have
see,
not played on here.
I saw the Condemned games, and I know that those
Yes, I have
are
played Condemned.
yeah, okay. I mean, I've seen some of it and it looked decent, but not like amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them in D tier.
Okay. Just through hearsay.
Yeah, yeah, through
Seeing some
hearsay.
stuff. Works for
Um,
me.
let's see.
Seems like a
Oh,
rude way to judge it, but also, fuck it.
this is like I think this is Vampire by Night, if I'm not mistaken, and that definitely belongs here in E tier.
Vampire by Night.
I,
I
is
have not played that.
that the name of the game? I think it's just like vampires or
Mm,
something. A game is crazy.
yeah, I don't know. I haven't played it.
Curse, Damned, Dark Echo, Dark Watch,
Darkest Dungeon. I've played Darkest Dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, do you think that's a horror game?
Um, I don't know. It makes me very concerned when my characters are in the dark, but I don't know. I think that's just part of like my fear of losing my party.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can't put it in F tier.
no, I did. That's just a temporary spot. Where do you think that this belongs?
I mean, I don't know if it's actually a horror game, but I would put it in S tier if it is considered a horror game. Because
All right.
Darkest Dungeon is stupid fun, has huge replayability. Like, it's really good. If only the second one was so good.
Dark Watch. Did you ever play
Dark Watch.
Dark
I haven't
Watch?
played.
These
I
games are
have
actually
not
pretty
played
cool.
Dark
They're
Watch.
actually it's like a Capcom first person shooter, believe it or not.
That's not what I would have gotten from the front. All right, interesting.
Well, you're a vampire, but I'm gonna put this in B tier because
Damn.
it's pretty
Okay.
fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I think it's worth playing. For sure. I mean, I don't think it's for everybody, but I think definitely it's worth touching. Let's
Yeah,
see.
I can fuck with that.
Dead by okay, so let's actually go in order. We have Days Gone. Did you ever play Days
Um,
Gone?
yeah, I played Days Gone. It felt like more of a tech demo than like an actual game, but it's just more zombies. Like
Just
maybe
more
I'm just
zombies.
burned out on zombies, but
Why don't we just create we'll create another category here.
oh Christ.
Add a row
Okay.
below. Okay, we'll call it
Call
zombies.
what? Oh, fair enough.
Burn out on zombies. We have. I might as well
Okay,
put
well Daisy goes in
days
there.
in there because they're Dead by Daylight. What do you think? I mean,
Well,
a
Dead
lot
by
of people love
Daylight's
this game.
I don't think it's a horror game. Well, I don't know. It has literally like every horror character like ever in it. You're just survivors. But is it really like scary? Or
Uh,
actually like a horror game? Because it's like just a multiplayer
it's a horror game.
team
Don't
versus
don't kid
single.
yourself. It's a horror game.
All right, that's fair. Well, I mean, I'd probably put it, B tier.
I think
It's
that's
not
fair.
my cup of tea personally,
I'm not a
but
big
I know
fan
a
of it
lot of
either.
people go gaga over it. People just love that shit. I mean, there's a reason it just keeps getting more and more characters. They keep
Yeah,
adding like Wesker and stuff like that. It's crazy.
yeah. I definitely think that it's up there. I think it's a horror game. I don't think you can deny that.
Yeah,
Um,
probably not.
Dead Frontier, which is literally look, I don't know if you see this, but Dead Frontier is literally ripping off uh the Left 4 Dead
Oh, it is.
font.
That's cute.
Dead Island.
Dead Island. That goes in the zombies tier. I mean, Dead Island is a trash game. I think,
Yeah, wasn't it?
personally,
It had like a lot of promise, and people. I think it was like one of those things where it didn't really deliver.
for sure.
Is this Dead Space 3? All right, I'm gonna put this in E tier because everyone says it's literally the worst Dead Space is Dead Space 2. Um,
Two?
no, this is Dead Space 3.
Well, you said literally everyone says Dead Space 2 is the worst.
Sorry, I meant to say 3.
Okay. I was like, damn, what people are you talking to?
My bad. Yeah. Um, yeah, I would say Dead Space
That's
2.
that's fair.
I'm gonna put
Dead
it in
Space
D because I think
Dead
it's
Space 3
playable.
kind of like lost the magic. You were I guess too strong in Dead Space 3 and the
Hmm.
story was all over the place eh.
Yeah, yeah. Putting that at 3. I think they just really wanted to like. I think they had a lot of problems. There's Deep
Is that the
Fear.
Calypso protocol? That shit isn't even out yet.
Uh, yeah. Look, I don't. I'm not quite sure,
All right,
but
whatever. We're moving on, I guess.
it's cool. Yeah. So let's look at
I haven't played any of those. Da, 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 da.
Deadly
That
Premonition.
I have not played Deadly Premonition.
I have. This game is trash tier. It's not. It's playable, but let's face it. Like
Just barely.
it's barely playable. It like barely works as a game. It's basically a PS2 game
But
on
it
the
got two of
PS3.
them somehow.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was like very popular. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna put them next to Blood Rain because that makes sense. Let's
Okay.
see.
All
All
right.
right, so we have Doom, so that's gonna go to S tier because you don't. I mean, for like
It's yeah, it's Doom. I don't know, like
you gotta put it in S tier, man. You gotta play Doom.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Like it's Doom. It's timeless. It's
It's
classic. I
Sightless,
could
yeah.
still go back and play Doom and be like, this game's just fun.
Except for Doom 3, that game can just go straight to mid tier. Let's see, Doom
There it is. Doom 3.
64.
There's the new Dooms.
Stick these Dooms up there somewhere. And of course lose them. That's what I do. So Doom 2 is pretty much just Doom 1, but like with expansion. I'd say the newer Dooms gotta go into like A tier.
A. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll say
they're
A.
definitely A. I mean, not because they're not good, because they are very good. They're great
Yeah.
games.
I feel they're a bit repetitive, personally.
Yeah, well, especially with the kill animations.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Doom
Doom 3.
3 is gonna go into C tier. Um, The Doom
Seems a little
64.
generous.
A lot of people. Is it?
Doom
Actually.
64.
I would say that that is as good as the because it's basically the original Dooms, but like it's like a lot of people say it's the definitive way to play Doom.
It's kind of like upscaled Doom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's upscale. It's on the N64, but I mean, most recently, a lot of people really love that version of Doom. So I
It's
haven't
good.
I haven't played it, but since I love Doom and I have to give it the credit it deserves. Um, let's see, Diablo.
Diablo S tier. S tier.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I mean,
Diablo literally launched an entire genre.
yeah,
It launched the action RPG.
Dino Crisis. I would say
Horror
that's
game?
a
Dino Crisis?
yeah, it's a horror game. It's
Okay.
literally the same engine as whatchamacallit, freaking Resident Evil.
Yeah,
It
but
like I'm gonna put Dino Crisis 3 in like I'm gonna put that in
E.
here.
Oh, D. Okay, okay.
No, you know what? No, it's going to E. Going to E. So wherever I put Dino Crisis, here we go. Dino Crisis 1 and 2. I'm
There
gonna
it
put
is.
these in like I'm gonna say C. I'm gonna put that B tier. I don't
Ooh,
I don't
okay.
I don't know how well. I mean, I still think it's playable, but I don't know how well the second one is compared to the first. I mean, clearly it was good enough to make a third game, even though this game is like Dino Crisis in space.
Oof.
Um, yeah,
Dino
uh,
Crisis 3.
yeah, Dino Crisis in
Let's take a
space,
look.
man. Not feeling it. We haven't even gotten to the Resident Evils yet, which is kind of insane. Like,
Concerning.
there's so many games I've just never played. Holy hell!
Mm,
Dead by Dying Light.
Dying Light.
That going in zombies?
Um, honestly, yeah, I would just toss them into zombies. They're good games, but man, they're just zombie games.
Well, I mean, they're. I mean,
Oh, there's the Fear games right there.
yeah, I
There's
think I messed that up.
Fear 2, Fear 3. So that was some other Fear game. I was like, I could have sworn like the little girls on the front of the
Yeah,
Fear
dude, where's Dying
games.
Light 2? Okay, here we go. It's like there's so many that
That's
it's
making
like
me think I was insane.
it's there's like so many that it's very difficult to
For sure. Yeah,
like
no, I get
climb
it.
through everything. So we have where was it? We had Fear, but we have Eternal Darkness. Have you ever played Eternal Darkness?
Yeah, I've played Eternal Darkness a couple times.
I personally think it's a great game. I think it deserves to be.
I think it's a good game, but
You
it's
know
another
what?
jank one from
I'm
its
moving.
generation.
I'm moving Doom 3 to E tier. I don't know why I'm putting it in there with these
Eternal
other games.
Darkness is, I think, is man.
Uh,
It's are you seriously putting Eternal Darkness?
I think it's a great
It's
game.
probably B.
Yeah, I'd say it's a B. That's fine.
It
That's
has
fair.
really cool mechanics. The story's decent. The voice acting makes you want to turn off the sound. It's
What about the Evil Dead games? I've never played these, but they're all kind of. I mean, the first three. Some of them are actually kind of cool.
I haven't played them.
Um, you ever watched G? I'm sure you've watched G Man Lives before, but he actually did a video on all of them, and they're they're okay. They're not bad. I'm gonna put them in C tier though.
All of them? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, put these in C tier. Like they're playable. They're definitely playable. Um,
I mean, C is like an average game, right?
yeah, it's right. And so there's the newer Evil Dead I haven't played yet. That I want
I
to
haven't
get
played
around to.
either.
Yeah, I want to actually try it, but I know it was like almost a sister game to what should we call it? Oh, Back for Blood.
Sometimes I
Um,
wonder if we even need the haven't played tier list and we just kind of like tier it and we just kind of just leave shit in the list.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, that's not terrible, but I mean, also, what I want to do, and this sounds strange, but I want to put games in I haven't played that I might want to play that we've both played, but
Oh,
I can
okay.
maybe look at it and go back to later and be like, okay, yeah, this is
Fair
actually
enough.
something I might want to try out, especially if it's something that
Okay.
you might recommend or you've heard that was
Yeah,
good.
if you were looking for that kind of thing, then yeah, sure, why not?
So
Fear
we have
games.
we got Fear.
Fear
And
1, Fear 2, Fear 3. Yay.
where do you think that these belong? Out of curiosity.
Well, I mean, we already know where Fear belongs. We had it
Yeah, we did. I don't, but
for.
it wasn't the same. I think there's like one PS2 Fear, but I could be mistaken. Man, I have to like.
Whatever the Fear that we had right there, I hadn't played that one.
Oh, okay.
Apparently,
It is.
because I was like, is that Fear? Because I'm like, I could have sworn the little girl was on the front of the Fear, and then
Where
there's Fear.
it would be great if I could actually
Did
sit
you lose
here
it?
and
It's right
delete.
above
Yeah,
you.
I did.
Above, up,
Uh-huh.
over. Nope, down,
What do you mean down?
down, down, right, right.
Got it. Okay. Okay. I found it. Okay, so were you saying these Fear games? So like
Okay.
wherever.
Where the fuck is Fear? There's Fear up in A.
Okay.
So I put Fear 1 in A.
I think it's Fear. Yeah, Fear is Fear
No,
one,
that's
right?
Fear 3. That's Fear 3.
Okay, Fear.
There you go.
Yeah, Fear. What do you think? Fear two, like
Yeah,
A or B,
probably.
and
Probably
then
like B.
you're saying like
Fear
Fear three
3.
is like
Oh,
C or D.
C.
All right, fair enough. Like it's
Probably
playable.
C. But
Um,
what's that random Fear game then? I don't know what that is.
I was it
I
in
guess we have
A
to move that into haven't played. It was at the beginning of A.
beginning of A? Oh yeah. Well, I mean it is a Fear game, but who knows if it's
Yeah, but we
actually a
don't
Fear
know
game?
it,
Yeah, we don't have it.
so
Yeah, okay.
I was like, that the front of it doesn't make any sense to me, but mystery
Uh,
solved, right?
yeah, for sure. Um, have you played any Five Nights? I
Haha,
have to.
Five Nights.
I think we have to put the
I
first one in S tier
I have
because
played 1, 2, and 3.
I mean I think we
Um,
have to put them in at least the first one in S tier because it's sort of like in my opinion started a generation of people that enjoy horror games. It wasn't my
hmm,
generation, but I mean look, I'll be more than happy to
that's
hear your opinion.
that's an interesting call. I feel like the first one was super basic,
Mhm.
and the second one just like expanded on everything.
Right.
I feel like the second one is a much better game than the first one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I wish I could just delete games off this list. That would be great. Can I do
would be
that?
fantastic, wouldn't it? No.
Damn it, dude. That would be amazing. So
Yeah.
why don't we just count the first three then? And
Okay.
then, we won't even bother with. So where are you saying that
Yeah.
Five Nights
Makes sense.
belongs, the original?
I would probably put it in B tier, and then I would probably put 2 in A tier.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
And then three is like C tier? Or where is
Um,
it?
I'd probably put 3 in B tier as well.
Damn. All right.
That was
So
A, but whatever.
what was it A? You think it's so you think three is B tier?
Yeah, I think it's B tier.
All right. So I absolutely want to rant. Oh, what is Onimusha doing in here?
I don't know. We just ignore them.
Okay,
There's no
yeah,
time to move all this stuff. We're
yeah.
at
So
44 minutes.
we are. So let's
There's
still.
infinite games on this
There's a
list.
lot. Yeah, there's quite a bit,
Oh, you
and
found the evil within, huh?
yeah. It won't let me scroll up though with
So
the
The Last of Us is on this list, and it should just go into zombies, but I would put it in S tier because that game is godly.
Last of Us.
Last of Us,
Oh,
yours at the
I
bottom.
yeah.
The Last of Us is stupid good. It made me like play a zombie game again, which was a weird feeling.
I'm gonna put this in A.
Ooh,
I'll put that in A.
okay.
I haven't
The
played.
first
Yes, the
was
first
that the
one.
first one?
Yeah.
You put the first Evil Within
Hmm?
in A tier?
I,
Damn.
I
All
mean, I
right.
liked it.
No, that's
Uh,
fair.
so let's. Oh
Oh,
man,
there's some Resident Evils.
I really
Found
want.
them.
Here, I'm gonna put. Where is The Last of Us? I didn't even see
The
it.
Last of Us. Oh crap! Now I lost it.
It's.
Oh, stop moving your mouse. There, you found it. Oh, on that
Oh, I
on
see
that
it. I
row
see it. I
to
see
the
it. I
right.
see it.
There you
Is The Last of Us 2 gonna be at rank 2? Did you play through that?
go. Yeah, The Last of Us 2 is gonna be ranked.
Okay. I'm interested to see what you have to say. So in the future, we're definitely gonna have to like figure
I'm gonna
out a
trim these
shorter list.
beforehand.
Yeah, because I don't know if we can even like I don't know
These are
why.
infinite.
It's a lot. It's too much. It's too much for like where the hell
It's
did
fine.
the hell did the Last of Us 1
Oh, did
go?
you just drop it somewhere?
I didn't know. I unless I dropped it off the side, in which case it's probably
Oh
gone
no, it just
forever.
went
No,
to
it's
the.
right here.
Oh,
It's
there
right
it is,
here.
right there.
Right
Oh,
here, right
okay.
here. All right, where is this going? Going in S tier, you say?
S tier, S tier. It literally made me play a zombie game again.
Where is
And then
this
Last of
going?
Us 2. Oh man, that is a solid. So the mechanics are good. The
Hmm.
story's trash. There's a lot of character assassination. Characters don't make any goddamn sense. The new characters aren't great.
Mm-hmm.
C.
I see. All right.
I would just
Fair.
I just throw it as like an average game. As much as it bastardized the story and I like hated what it did, it still was a well-crafted game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like so I can't just completely knock it down to like something unreasonable like D or E tier.
I would feel.
Let's just rank like a few more probably and move on.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good idea. So, Resident Evil 1. I think that has to go in S tier. Fortunate. Not unfortunate, but you know what I mean.
I put
This
Resident Evil 4 above Resident Evil 1.
I don't disagree with you, but I also
I think
think
4 did more for the franchise than any other.
I think it was definitely what the franchise needed. But
Yeah, it
yeah,
was definitely
okay.
the shot in the arm that just saved it, basically.
Yeah, okay. So unless there's like a way to delete some of this stuff,
There is
I
not.
there's not. Okay, so I think we should probably call the list presentation mode. Reset, change background color.
Definitely don't want to hit reset.
Because this is gonna be if we wanted to actually rank everything that we
Yeah, no, I
wanted to,
get it.
it's gonna take forever and also having to drag everything up just to
Yeah,
like
it's a nightmare.
yeah, hold on,
I thought this list would be, like 50 or so games long,
Mhm.
but they have such obscure goddamn titles in here.
Yeah.
Like
It
Ebola. Ebola?
yeah, I've never
Jesus
even heard of
Christ.
that.
I've heard of it, but fucking hell.
All right, man. So why don't we just save this chart? And I
Okay.
mean, there's much more that I wanted to actually get on here, but hey, look, we did some good
We
work.
tried, all right?
Yeah, we tried. Here, why don't we save this right to my desktop,
All
and
right.
then you can show everybody kind of what we went through. So there's gonna be a lot of outrage possibly
Whatever.
on some of our selections here.
I don't give a shit. Sadly, Diablo 2 wasn't on the list, or else I would have put that in S tier also.
Sure.